You've been asking, so here it is. Today we are creating one of the most viral lash trends of the year, anime lashes, also known as manga lashes. If you're not familiar with what anime lashes are, they are a new textured lash trend inspired by female anime characters. So basically the aesthetic is big, doe, round eyes with spiky texture to create a very feminine look. So before my model comes in for her style assessment, I first want to dive a little bit deeper into how I plan on executing this set. So what makes the anime style so unique is the spikes. They're super long in comparison to the base, there are fewer spikes across the eye, and they're super dense. So it's really important that we make these spikes perfect so we can achieve the anime set. So in order to make those spikes stand out, I'll be doing a massive jump from the base. I'll also be using fewer spikes across the eye. The less spikes you use, the more they're gonna stand out, because once you have too many going on, they're eventually gonna blend together and it's gonna create more of a strip lash look. So the fewer, the better. I also want to make sure that my spikes look super dense. I'll be using 0.07 so that my spikes look really structured. You can totally go for 0.05 or 0.03 if you want, but 0.07 is just my preference for today. I also want to make sure that my spikes look super dark and structured. So I'll be using 0.07 for my lashes today, but if you only have 0.05 or 0.03, those will work too. Now, to avoid causing damage to the natural lash, what I plan to do is put one spike on the top layer and one spike underneath on the middle layer, and that's gonna double up our spikes so it looks much darker and thicker without causing damage. Now let's talk about the base, meaning the shorter lengths often located on the middle and bottom layer. You have a few different options depending on the style that you're going for. You can either use wide fans across the base to keep it nice and fluffy, or you can use narrow stem fans or closed fans. All will create completely different looks. Today I'm thinking I'm going to use all closed fans along the base in C curl, and then for my spikes I'll be using CC curl to make them really stand out. Okay, so our model is almost here, and then I'm gonna walk you through my style assessment. But before we do that, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already so you never miss out on brand new content. Okay, so we have Raelle here with us today. I've lashed her many times in the past, so I'm quite familiar with her lashes and features, but I just want to walk you through how I'm going to create this map based off of her features. So as I mentioned earlier, there are a ton of ways you can create this style. So I want to make the correct adjustments wherever needed so I can get the best results to suit her. The first thing I always like to factor in is the eye shape as well as the shape that we're going for. So typically with anime sets, you would want to do an open or doll eye map. I think I'm going to go for a doll eye on her today. Now, I know the term doll eye gets thrown around a lot in the industry and people use it differently. Personally, the way I perceive doll eye is just using a lot of length across the eye. So my goal here is to create more of like a rounded sunset shape. When it comes to creating intricate sets like this, it's really important to factor in your client's layer count. You can recreate this look on any client, whether they have 1 or 6 layers. To be honest, working on a client who has more layers makes it a bit easier because each of those layers sit at different heights along the eye, usually about 0.5 millimeters away from each other. So we can use those layers to our advantage to get height and density. So I'll be placing my spikes along her top layer and a few on her middle layer, and then I'll be using her bottom layer to add in our base. Now, even though layers do make it much easier, you can still create this set on a client who only has 1 layer. So the way you would do that is by alternating through your base and your spikes and adjusting your lengths. So say you're doing 7 millimeters for your base and 13 millimeters for your spike. You would add in all of your 7 millimeters, and then when it's time to add in the spike, you would bump up by 13 millimeters and then add in your base again. So you just alternate back and forth between the base and the spikes, making sure that you use the right lengths. Okay, now let's talk about her brow spacing. So she does have quite a bit of space, and as I've mentioned before, I have lashed Raelle many times in the past, so I know that a 14 millimeters does look quite long on her. So I think I'm gonna go for a 14 millimeters on her today for my longest length. Now, as for her lashes, you can see that they are very straight. They aren't downturned, they're not upturned, they're just pin straight. So any curl I use on her will look true to what the curl looks like in the tray. So I think, as I mentioned before, I think I'm gonna go for a C curl for the base and then a CC curl for the spikes, because I really want those spikes to look lifted and stand out. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and add a couple dots along Raelle's eye, and those are gonna be for my spikes. And I'm also gonna make a dot where I want my emphasis area to be. Then when we place the eye pads, I can transfer my mapping so I know where everything is going to sit. Okay, so now that we've created this crazy map, you might be thinking, where the heck do I start? Working with maps like this can be really overwhelming, so I suggest breaking it down and working into sections. So to begin the set, my focus is going to be placing our spikes. The reason why I want to do my spikes first is so that I can evenly space them across the eye. I'll also be using our Foreplay product, which is an amazing product for handmade volume artists. It can be applied on the base of the strip so that the lashes release easier and bundle nicely for a perfectly snatched base. And it also helps regulate temperature and humidity. But it can also be used to create wet lashes. So I'm just placing a small amount on my lint-free applicator, dabbing the excess, and then running the lint-free applicator across the tips of the lashes while they're still on the strip. And that's gonna create a perfectly made spike with almost no effort. So for this set, you can go as natural or dramatic as you want. If you are wanting to try out this style but are feeling a little bit nervous, try making your map a little bit more natural. So by that, I mean shortening your lengths, and you can even bump down your dimension/diameter as well. That way, if you do make mistakes, they won't be as prominent. And then you can always go back and make adjustments at every other appointment as you need. So if you want to do this set but no one has booked for it, you can either post a promo on your social media offering to do it for a discounted price, or you can also grab a couple pairs of strip lashes and stack them on top of each other to create layers, and then practice the set that way as well. If you're curious to see what this looks like, reach out to us so we can send you a video on it. Direction is super important for a set like this. One poorly directed lash can throw off the entire set, so be sure to constantly use your inspection mirror, which shows how the set looks from your client's point of view. And if any lashes look misdirected, you can easily pop them off and replace them with a new one. Okay, so now we've just applied all of our spikes, and this is how our set's looking so far. I don't see any misdirected spikes, and I'm liking the way that it looks. So now it's time to move on to the base. Earlier I mentioned that I wanted to stack my spikes by placing one on the top layer and one underneath on the middle layer. But Raelle's layers are pretty staggered. In some areas she didn't have a lash located on her middle layer. So I first placed my spike on the top layer, and then I used the neighboring lashes beside that spike and placed two more spikes angling in to make one big spike. All right, now let's go ahead and fill in the base. Okay guys, we're almost done the set. I'm so excited to see what the final result is gonna look like. Before asking Raelle to open her eyes, I'm going to blow the lashes dry and then go in with my Super Bonder product very close to the base where those extensions are applied, so it locks in those glue fumes. That's gonna help avoid irritation and also prolong the bond so that the extensions last much longer. Okay guys, here is the final result. What do you think? Go ahead and rate it from 1 to 10 in the comments below. Also, if this is a set that you personally want to try out but are a little bit nervous about the commitment to getting the full set with lash extensions and having them last so long, we actually do have a DIY strip lash company called Citizen Lash, and we have a style called textured cat eye, which is very similar to this anime set. They are for temporary use, so you can go ahead and pop them off at the end of the day with a zero commitment to one style. If you would like a discount code on your purchase, go ahead and check out the caption for a coupon code and head on over to www.citizenlash.com. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.